Ada kemungkinan kamu di penjara, Sam?
6 months.
6 months up to a year. I mean, it's hard to say with a felony.
Awesome! Sam and Citra have had an interesting story so far this season. One reason being because this couple's not waiting the whole 90 days to get married. They are only waiting 14 days so Citra's dad can witness the marriage. It's like a 90-day story they decided to speed up by 6.4857. You get the idea. And the other main reason why this story is interesting is because Sam might go to jail. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. And if you don't know the story of why he might be going to jail, I made a whole video about it. The link is in the description below. But just to quickly sum it up, Sam had what he said was just his Suboxone on him without a prescription in a car, and then he was arrested. But it has since been discovered that he actually had another drug on him in the car, not just his Suboxone. I'll give you a hint, it rhymes with schmocaine. So we are going into this story knowing that Sam has had a recent problem with drugs. He says that he is now currently clean. He also says that his fiancée Citra, who had landed in the US to marry him in 14 short days, knew about his past early on in the relationship. But she supposedly did not know that Sam might go to jail when she arrived.
I'm afraid it's gonna be bad for us. And you didn't tell my dad the truth.
Sam said that he purposefully did not tell Citra he might go to jail before she landed in the US because he thought that she might not even come if he told her, which is a crappy thing to do, and she is rightfully upset about it.
I don't know what to do. I'm just thinking like I just want to go back to Indonesia.
And she is mostly bothered by the part where he could have gotten a diversion and avoided jail altogether, but this guy failed to file the paperwork in time for the diversion program.
I don't know what to say to my dad, the guy that I want to marry with, and he's going to jail after our wedding day. It's just a lot for me.
Sam is very worried about losing Citra, but Citra seems way more worried about what her dad thinks about all of this than anything else.
If my dad take me back to Indonesia, our relationship is over.
She seemed upset, but she took the news pretty well. Better than I expected. It was kind of like, oh, that sucks. And then the next day it was, oh, let's move on. She just, in her words, pretty much punishes Sam by making him eat spicy food. And then they go to meet Sam's mom.
And come here and meet my mother, which would be Grandma. This is Trina.
It's treated like it's not really that big of a deal. That's why earlier I said supposedly she didn't know about it. They moved forward from it pretty fast. I think I would be much more worried and upset about it than she was. It makes me think that she already knew about it, maybe in some way before she got there. Or maybe she just doesn't care. I don't know. I wouldn't rush the 90 days anymore after hearing this. But they are still going with the plan for Sam to convert and get married quickly. Really, the only hurdle remaining for them to actually get married is telling her dad, who was a cop, everything about Sam possibly going to jail. And when her dad and sisters do arrive, their top concern is still Sam converting. But what will they think when they know the full story of Sam being in trouble? Or I guess, what will they think about the story Sam tells them? Since he did not tell the audience the full truth, I seriously doubt he will tell her dad the full truth. And I'm also still wondering, will Sam be able to handle the pressure of converting, staying sober, and getting married quickly? That is a lot. He does at least have some support around him, like his dad. Well, he doesn't seem to have a ton of support from his mom.
I approve of them marrying, but not of the Muslim way.
You can tell by how Sam talks about her and his body language that his mom is not easy for him to be around.
I told you, she's kind of crazy.
This is the only time with Citra arriving while filming that I noticed he looks all sweaty again. The other time he looked like this, ironically he was talking to his mom, was before Citra arrived. I'm hoping that this is just nerves or it's hot out. I only point this out because I can't imagine any of this is easy, especially when you're also trying to stay clean. I could see how this strained relationship with his mom could stress him out too.
I kind of have some faith going on there that this whole thing's going to turn out okay.
Kind of sounds like you might be praying for something different.
Maybe. Maybe.
But Sam's dad, on the other hand, really seems to be there for him. He acknowledges that Sam's converting is mostly about him loving Citra more than anything else. Yeah, we know. But he is an encouraging presence regardless.
I would like to at least say hi, I'm Sam's father.
He tries to learn how to greet Citra's family and seems like he really wants them to feel welcome. This guy is quite a character. He's doing what he can to try to support his son, all while trying to track down that alien stomping on his grass.
It looks to me almost like footsteps went off this way. Something was walking across a roof with very heavy footsteps.
So we know where Sam's parents stand with him converting to Islam and getting married. The big question is where Citra's dad stands, or at least how he will feel when Sam finally admits his possible jail time. Because the pressure is on. Citra's dad is here, and they are only 8 days away from the wedding. They don't seem to have an initial plan ready of when to tell Citra's dad, but when Sam and Citra's families meet, Sam's dad's topic of conversation seemed to make them decide not to wait too long. First, it's comments about Sam's past.
Sort of felt that Sam isn't responsible at times, but over these last couple of years, he's changed quite a bit.
Then he asks if marijuana is legal in their country. I was half waiting for Sam's dad to out Citra for drinking that one time.
Not yet.
Yeah, no go.
Like it's like a really big punishment if you have.
So after dinner, they don't wait any longer. They rip the Band-Aid off and decide to tell Citra's dad right away outside.
Tell him about the version.
So he tells the story about the Suboxone that we've heard from him early on. But then her dad says this.
Emang kenapa kau bisa pakai obat itu sebelumnya? Pernah sakit apa?
So we've heard many times that this guy is a cop. So it sounds like he did not know that Sam was an addict on top of all of this.
Like, I used to be addicted to pain medicine, and I take that now to stay sober and, like, clean.
That's not good. And then they talk about missing the deadline for the diversion documents and possible jail time. They're acting like his arrest was just a big misunderstanding, which is a lie. They completely left out the part about the schmocaine. But it still, even without that part, does sound pretty bad.
Ada kemungkinan kamu di penjara, Sam?
6 months.
6 months up to a year. I mean, it's hard to say with a felony.
I'm not sure if I felt more on edge during this scene of that episode, or more when Jasmine was holding that knife. Yikes.
Arzana Nicole, have a poem for you. Roses are red, Kimberly is crazy. Subscribe to the Kiblz channel.
Almost there, Lizzie. Oh my gosh, Lizzie.
Perasaan saya sangat-sangat kecewa dan marah. Saya tidak segan-segan, maksud saya tidak akan melanjutkan pernikahan itu. Saya lebih baik menyelamatkan anak saya.
I have to agree. And I think the alien on the roof does too. This is such a risk. The jail time, the addiction issues. Sam even admits that he's still struggling with staying out of trouble.
Always that monkey on your back that's just telling you, do it, have fun, just say it, and it's sometimes hard to resist.
But Citra is an adult, so she's going to have to decide for herself what to do if her dad does not approve. And what he says next is confusing.
Kalau seandainya kamu pakai narkoba atau sejenis obat yang dilarang, pemerintah sini, saya nggak akan pernah ngizinkan kamu menikah dengan Citra.
When they filmed this scene, it was supposed to be 8 days until they were married. So does this mean to not do drugs for 8 days? Or was that translated wrong? They pretty much say multiple times that Citra's dad has a say until they get married, and then he doesn't have a say anymore. So to me, that made no sense. They did leave this conversation open at the end of the episode, and on the next episode, I really think we get an idea of how much power Citra has in this situation, or wants to have.
Kalau seandainya Bapak bilang, Kak, nggak usah nikah sama Sam, kamu mau?
Because really, this is now in the hands of Citra. They say that her dad has the final say with their marriage, but she is the one that's going to either get on a plane and leave or pushes back on her dad. Sam cannot say anything at this point that will make a difference. I can completely see the dad's concern and completely understand why he would want to take her home, but will he? I really don't think that they flew 30 hours over to the US just to bring Citra back, even though I think that maybe they should bring her back. I just think this is way too risky. Let me know what you think about this couple. Citra and Sam have shown that they have chemistry together. They seem to be a real couple, but the addiction issues and legal trouble could easily end this. And I just wish that they could wait, see if he got the diversion first, and then decide to get married. The fast marriage is not going to help their situation, especially if Sam does go to jail. Again, let me know what you think. We'll have to see how this season plays out, and I will see you in the next video. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!